Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self-Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. Deep breathing now. Take those deep breaths, community. We're talking about deep. Fan your chest. In through the mouth, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the nose. In and out through the mouth, in the nose. Dancing and deep breathing. I don't hear that music. Gotta keep hearing that music. And move to that music. Physically or in your mind. Take those deep. All right, move that body, physically or in your mind. If you're happy, get up and dance too. Get in a vortex. Keep dancing. Mind and body. Set it free. You know, get into that good groove you be doing. You know how you be showing off when you be dancing? You got that rhythm. Wow. I know you had that rhythm. I know you was in that beat. I know you was in that flow. I wish I could have been in that flow with you today. But my body feel like it felt almost a year ago today. How you doing, family? It's a special broadcast today on 8/13/2019. And you will hear this broadcast again tomorrow, 8/14/2019. It is regular broadcast time. But thank you for tuning in today. Those of you that's been tuned into InnerLightRadio.com on this particular Tuesday, and we're turning it into a Wellness Wednesday Tuesday. That's right. Sit back and have an attitude of gratitude on this Tuesday. How about making it Gratitude Wellness Day? Because I'm thankful and I'm grateful and I got gratitude. I'm your host, Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. I am the one and only Conscious Self-Healthcare educator, helping you to understand what your body's symptoms are saying. This information will rejuvenate your thoughts to live a stress and disease-free life. The key to conscious self-health care. stress, disease-free life with conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for self-success, your individual success. And I asked the question, how can I help? That's with health education for longevity and peace. Help you slay your healthcare fears. False education accepted as reality and as false evidence from that report that they give you, feeling so very, very real. Maybe you need to shift your conscience and say, well, this is a human body, and I do know the human body is not meant to be here forever and for a long period of time. And what that means is we have cellular malfunctions. Some of them are big and some of them are small, but the cells begin to malfunction even on your journey as you begin to leave planet Earth, no matter what age you are. And no matter if you never had an issue in your life, the body gets into that flooded state and you go off when you go to sleep and you return to that energetic vibration that you came from. So if you're free of cellular malfunctions throughout your life journey here on planet Earth, blessings to you. If they are just minor and small, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. If some of them become big because you get caught up in that medical industrial complex and believe that evidence that they're saying and tied into that disease name and take those pharmaceuticals and send yourself on a journey that you really didn't want to be on, then that's the journey that most of us take. I'm here to help you to try to see something a little bit different, to see things different for those of us that do have those cellular malfunctions that tend to come into our lives, like I had almost a year ago with that first major cellular malfunction of a stroke. Yeah, about a year or so ago, almost 2 years ago, and I'm feeling right now like I'm right back to the very first beginning. And that tells me a great deal because it's not as tight and cumbersome as the first time was. But I did a lot of activity over the last 2 days. It's the first time in almost 2 years I really stressed myself out, stretched myself out, and went out and attended some meetings and attended some events and getting ready to come back into the community and bring my programs back into the community. So I'm attending community events where they're talking about healthcare and they're talking about different things, seeing where these companies are coming from, these organizations are coming from, just sitting back and observing. You like that mental observation view? It's essential for your success. The same way you have to do with everything in life, you got to sit back and be your own observer. Observe what's going on around you. Paying close attention to how things are happening in your body and in your life. And so, I'm sitting back today and I'm feeling a lot more vibrations than I normally would have had just regularly because I was out for a long time, doing a lot of walking, sitting in these meetings and trying not to be standing up and walking around and drawing attention to myself, and just seeing how my body is really responding if I have to attend something where I really cannot really stand up, and just gauging where my body is and what's going on and getting a better picture of how things really are. And that's what you have to do. Pay attention to your body when you are making changes, when you are making shifts, and when you are doing certain things. It's the same way when you incorporate something into your paradigm or do your regimen to help your body correct itself. You don't want to do too many things at one time. You want to do something, you want to let it process, you want to see how it responds, how your body responds. If that's good for you, then you add it in. And then you go with the next thing or the next thing or the next thing, or taking something away and seeing what's going on. That's the only way you can do a proper evaluation to see what's happening when you decide to add something in or take something away. Mental observation view is essential for your success. So I just want to say, sit back and take that deep, deep breath again. I know you did after you got through with that dancing and that movement. You took one anyway. Probably had to wipe some sweat off if you really did it right. Sit back and take that deep, deep breath. Feel this breath moving up your body from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. You want to release and listen to your inner self, to your inner wealth. And listen here, as we take this universal love ride You're on the friendship train. You're on the friendship train to freedom from pharmacide and nutricide and yes, oh yes, any sad diet that you're doing that's not benefiting your body at that particular time that it needs. Yes, there is a diet that they say that's better for your body all the time. And there's also a diet that's better for your body when you're in certain situations. You may add a little bit of more of this in. You may take a little bit of that out. But I'm here to tell you 100% certain, and two things for sure, it's never through pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals. And y'all know I introduced y'all to Dr. Daniels. She was medically trained at some of the top schools, and for the past, I don't know, maybe 30 years, she left the medical industry because they got upset because she wasn't giving out pharmaceuticals and stuff like that on a regular basis. Oh, yeah, they check on doctors and make sure they're doing their part and putting you on them drugs. And if they see that you're not, they're going to contact them doctors and say, what you doing? You're not prescribing anything for anybody. You're not putting them on any drugs. And so they caught up with her about maybe 25 years ago. And instead of arguing with them, she decided to let them have the license and went on her own. But I'm going to tell you, this past Sunday, and it's going to be up on my YouTube channel, K Davis F. This last past Sunday, she actually broke down pharmaceuticals to you. Where they come from, how they doing them, what the doctors know about them, and all that kind of stuff. So if you out there on these pharmaceuticals and you think the doctor know what they're giving you through giving you a prescription for pharmaceuticals, you want to go out to my YouTube channel right after this show. It should be finished uploading, and listen to that show where she tells you about the inner workings of pharmaceuticals, and maybe that might just help you make that shift to doing things holistically, energetically, and naturally. Yeah, if you got to go there from an incident or something that's going on like I did when I had the stroke. I went in there and, I had to let them give me the IVs and shoot me up and give me, when it came down to the pills, we ain't take those. So everything they gave me, they had to give it through the IV. And once the IV was over with, we ain't doing the pills. I'm feeling great. Whenever you're ready to let me out of here, I will move on. That's my choice. And when you leave the hospital, you don't leave with a prescription. Even if they give it to you, you let it be. And you start working on yourself. You don't keep taking it because they won't let you off of it. And then they'll tell you a whole bunch of stuff like this particular pill you got to take for life. Well, where is there a pill that you need to take for life? Like your body can't regulate itself and get back into balance. But as long as you're doing those pharmaceuticals, your body can't get back into balance. Because why? They are designed to take over the chemical processes of the human body to cause conflict, to keep things going on. When a doctor can say, well, we corrected that a little bit, but now we see this over here. And now we see that over there. And we have to and before you know it, you coming home on 6, 7 daggone drugs. Does that make any sense? Some more people out here on 20 of them. What is that about? Oh, I'm only taking a little teeny high blood pressure pill, but I'm on 5 high blood pressure pills. Why? If one can't do it, what 5 doing? Family, community, African American community especially. You have to really think about this and think if that is the way. Definitely if you're really trying to get healthy and you really want to stay here because you had a bloop. You had a little fluctuation in the energy. Something happened and you had to go and see. Because you haven't taken the time to learn anatomy and physiology and tie it into what you're doing, how you're acting, what you're thinking, and what you're taking. Because if you do that, if you learn anatomy and physiology and pay attention to your life, your structure, and what's going on, maybe just what the fluctuation is, it's a little bit of stress. You're not really paying attention to how you develop in your life. You're getting caught up in what's going on out in the world and how everybody else is thinking, what everybody's feeling. So you're feeling the effects of that through what is known as stress. And it ain't got to be the stress that's chaotic stress, so I'm so stressed out, but stress can come in malforms, can come in almost any kind of way. The body feels a certain way, and so your body will begin to function a certain way. And so we know that, and that's why they say sit back, relax. Relax in the morning, relax in the evening. Find time to just sit back and relax. Don't be caught up in TV and watching everything, get caught up in anything, and following the norm of where society is going and what's going on. They need to keep you in that way so they can do what they want to do and keep you off center. And then somebody say, girl, man, you better go to the doctors. You can't be your own doctor. Doctors know what they're doing. Doctors want to get paid like any other profession. And they know what they're doing, and they know what's going on. And believe me, doctors don't make a lot of money. They have a lot of bills. They don't make a lot of money. That's why they have to see so many patients an hour, give you 10 minutes of conversation, use that intelligent talk to make you feel like they saying something good to hurry up and get you out the door so they can get the next person in. It ain't the doctors of the old like Marcus Welby, MD, that you used to see on TV where they knock on your door and come to your house and sit down and talk to your family and tell you what's going on. Heck no. They got to get paid. They get paid by how many people they see, how many prescriptions they write. That's how they get paid. Can I get you over to this surgeon? Can I get you over to this specialist? Can I send that one in? Oh, you came in for this, but we found that out. Come on, community. Come on, Black America. It's time to wake up. It's too many books out there from known scholars that's telling you about the medical industrial complex, what to do and how to do it. I'm not an avid reader of a lot of books, but when it's something that I need to read to help me to understand better what's going on, you better believe I sit down and get down into them books. And that's what people got to start doing. You can listen to people, and then you'll listen to somebody else. And then somebody else will take away what you thought you heard or felt from somebody else, and you follow them because they sound good. Neuro-linguistic programmers, I know. I work that way in corporate America. I know how to make anybody do anything I want them to do by words I want to say. I didn't like it. I didn't like doing that. They sent us to that training, made us understand how to look at people, see what they say, see how they move, see how they act. I can do it through that learning, and I can do it through the energetic vibrations of me listening to your cells. I like doing it that way. I don't like trying to convince people to do everything. And it ain't really a lot of convincing. You just go ahead and persuade them into doing it. They're like, damn, how did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. I got persuaded. We shouldn't be doing that. But you need to listen, and you need to pay attention to what you're doing to your body, paying attention to what your body's saying. Are you creating your life from a man-made mindset of human consciousness? Remember, that's my key question to you. Are you creating your life from a man-made mindset of human consciousness? Ask yourself, what are the emotions, beliefs, and values involved with stopping you from being healthy, happy, loving, and getting off of those pharmaceuticals or not even getting on those pharmaceuticals? Think twice before you have that surgery. When you learn the science of lymphology, when you come study with me, study by yourself, there's only one great book I know out there about the science of lymphology, and that's from the International Academy of Lymphology that was created by Dr. Samuel C. West. That book breaks it down to you 100%. Tells you what you need to understand about the lymphatic system. And once you understand about that system and how that system is working in your body, you know what you need to do, because what? Like anything else in life, the same way you wash your body, you got to purify your insides. You got to know what's going on. And that means your diet can be one way. You can be a raw eater. You can be a whatever. But there are things that you still have got to do, because diet alone don't make you healthy. It's also a mindset. It's also your state of consciousness. So sit back and take a deep breath. Because like I said, I'm in the vibration of going to certain meetings. And I got a couple of clips that I want you to listen to today. I normally have clips in my show anyway, definitely from Reverend Ike, telling you how to really take control and understand your feelings and knowing that feelings get the blessing. But I also got a clip that I want you to hear from Trent. He's a guy that's out there that does a lot of poetry and waking people. And it's a nice clip that I'm going to play during the last half an hour of the show. But I just want to say, family, there was one meeting that I've been tracking and that I've been going to, and they've had this pilot program in some of the major states in Washington, D.C., and it's from the Office of the Attorney General and for each state. And I've been tracking this program for a while from the District of Columbia, Violence Reduction Program. And it's called Cure the Streets Violence Reduction Program, community-based. Cure the Streets. And I'm going to these meetings and I'm looking at what they're doing, and they taking individuals from the community saying, well, your community best, about the gun violence that's going on in your community and things like that. We want to train you. So our goals are, each site will seek to accomplish 3 core goals for the core violence model in the target areas. 1, interrupt and prevent shootings and homicide using critical violence interrupters. And these people are people that's in the community that know the gang members and know the people out there, the guys out there that's living in the state. These people don't have to be qualified. They get them about 10 hours of training, but they paying them like $40,000 plus benefits to people that's saying they know the people in the community that's doing this, interrupters. Then they have the outreach workers to connect individuals at the higher risk for commuting shootings and homicide resources to change their behavior and the trajectory, including substance use and mental health and trauma reduction, job training, educational services, same kind of stuff that's been out there. Then they have the organizing community members to rally and speak out against violence. But what they're doing is whenever there's a shooting, they go out into the community and everybody's around is upset. They take their names and talk to them and tell them what they need. And of course, this particular agency has a database where they put in everybody's names and everybody's location. I say that system is about something else. I went to a couple of their meetings and I'm talking to them. I'm saying, if you really want to look at what's going on in our community, what's happening, why don't I see nutrition down here? Why don't I see, let's see how they're feeding themselves. Let's see that. Let's see what's going on with them that's causing them to act this way. You want to hook them up with mental health services, do what? Get them on some damn psychotic drugs? Come on. There's a lot of people going through, these young people are going through, but we don't need to set them up like this. So the meeting that I went to yesterday, everybody that came from that Attorney General's office, I talked to them straight up and say, what about health care? What about we're tying in nutrition to all of this? You do your data. You got your studies. There have been studies out there for umpteen years. I've been in this field for over 30 years, and I know all the studies out there that show about lack of nutrition and what it does to a body and how a person feels discombobulated, their nervous systems and everything. Why don't I ever see y'all talking about that? Then you're talking about your interrupters is out there. They need self-care. I don't even see you talking about self-care to them about what? Nutrition. You're talking about going to somebody in the mental field and taking some drugs. How are y'all really helping? I'm telling you, I don't mean no harm, but they were kind of like pissed with me yesterday. Because I'm saying I've been out here for a long time when tying health with our emotional state, with what's going on with our diet. And if you can put in Washington, D.C. now, all the little corner stores got to have a little section where they have some GMO fruit in it. So they can try to tell a community, we need you to eat more fruits and vegetables, but you put it in a store that's full of junk and beer. Then people walk past it. I go in these stores and I look. They walk past the little fruits and vegetables and still go get their junk food. If you really want to help our community, you will be tying in the diet. You will be talking to them about understanding their body functions. And so they go, yeah, you know, you're right. Yeah, you know, you're right. I said, I don't want to hear I'm right. I want you to take it back. I want you to give me the name of the people back in the Attorney General's office. Let me go talk to them myself. Oh, we can handle that. But we got a couple of organizations doing that. The organizations are not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not telling them how their food ties into their behavior, and they are not teaching them to understand their body's functions. And that's what we have to do to help our young people that's out there doing what they're doing. They got to feel good about themselves. They have to begin to feel better about themselves. And that's what we need to do. So they done run around into so many cities. And they want to talk about New York, how they got the best program over there, how they done morphed this program into having their own business and own a whole block. Who they helping? What community of black people are they helping there? Is there still crime and violence going on in New York, Chicago, California, all these other places, and they got these programs there, and they done brought them into the district? I need to see some nutrition in there. Then we know we're doing something. We're changing things. We're letting people understand about the foods they eat and how it affects their human body. And we want to tell them about some yoga and taking things like that. But we don't really want to tell them what they really need to do to help themselves, you know. And so, yeah, I read them the Riot Act a little bit yesterday, said what I had to say. But if you're doing this now, I want to get in on it. And so I'm going to try to step it up a little bit with my program. And since you started and got the little fruits in the little corner stores, and then you got this prevention program where you paying these people, man, they are making buku money. The outreach workers make $45,000 plus a year. The site supervisors making $50,000 a year. They got more money going to the people running the program than they got helping with the program because they want that data. They want your number. They want your name. They want to put these kids in a system. They want to track them. I don't mean no harm, the same way I felt about when they trying to get you want to get your children's fingerprints done, so if anything ever happened to them, we can find them. No. So if they do anything ever wrong in life, again, they got their fingerprints on record. I don't know. I don't follow it. I just had to get that out. That's my rant for today. Sometimes we got to rant a little bit because I wanted to get that out, but I'm going to get into those programs. I'm going to come in there and we're going to start talking about nutrition and tie it into what's going on and why people feel the way they feel, discombobulated from things. So take a deep breath on that. You're taking a deep breath. You're setting back. You're relaxing. And why? Love is the power that brings my entire life together. It heals, renews, restores, and empowers me with divine energy and life. I'm love in action, and I am a master of positive self-expression. And I'm here to tell you, family, community, that you can be the same thing when you vibrate to laws of vibrational energy. Understand your vibrational being. And yes, we have tools that can help you understand and read that information. Quantum health and healing is here. Biochemical process and how they carry through the body, through the blood test and all that kind of stuff. It depends on somebody else to read that and give them the right data from that. And we already know that there's technicians out there that's crisscrossing and lying about people's blood work and all kinds of stuff and giving false reports to the doctor. And even the doctor might get a good report and they still give you a false report because they need to make that money. They got to say you got something, put you on something because that's how they get paid. But when you step up to quantum health and healing and read your own body vibration and know what's going on with your own body internally, I tie it into your understanding of anatomy and physiology, what you're eating, what you're thinking, and what you're doing, you'll come out better becoming what? Your own wellness doctor. Taking care of your own self. Raising your kids to do the same thing. Don't tell them that you can't eat this and you can't eat that. Let them know if you eat this, what it's going to do for you. If you eat that, what you're going to do for it. Because I don't care. Even the best of people that say they don't eat certain things, they all go back and eat cooked food and eat something and taste something. Everybody does. If they say they don't, I don't know. I ain't going to say they lying. But everybody do something. Everybody says they don't do something. They stick to one thing. They don't. That's why I became a balanced eater a long time ago. I would eat the way I need to eat to support my body when I need to support it. But there is a standard way that I eat all the time. But we should never say that we don't do something and only promote one way, because you got to be able to shift when things happen. Some things you get from plants, some things you get from flowers, some things you get from seeds, and some things you can't get but from an animal to help your body adjust itself. So we got to set back and we got to think about what we're doing and how we're doing and what we're holding on to. And remember, family, there are people out there that don't want you to reach that level of success. You got to vibrate so high that toxic people in your life fall back because they no longer know how to approach you when you shift and try to convince you and have you do certain things. A hater's goal is to try to make people dislike you before they get to know you, when they can't control you. They want to control you through TV, through food, through everything, through your neighbors, through programs. It's all about control. They try to control the way other people feel about you. Let God handle them. Let the universe frequency of their own vibration handle them. And you keep handling yourself. You keep handling yourself. No hater can stop your good, your favor when you work for yourself. Listen to people, sit back, take deep breaths, and make a sincere effort to follow your own heart's vibration. We all have that intuition. We know when something don't sound right. We know when something don't feel right. We know when something don't look right. And then we sit back and we're scared to say something because we think that person is so smart. That person got a degree here and that person sitting over there. Don't turn against yourself, people. Stop turning against that inner feeling, that inner intuition that be trying to tell you something. Through the vibration,
you know and you feel, and you got to learn how to trust. That's what these kids got to learn, how to trust themselves and what they feel, and not try to be a part of every group and everybody out there and think if I ain't a part of that crowd, then I'm not nothing. I'm not a part of this crowd if I don't do this that way. These kids got to understand how to be their own self. These young adults, our children, our young adults, and our adults, some of them still at the age of an adult, still following people and pulling other people into their paradigm. It's time. It's time for a major change in vibration. And I know it's happening. I know it's already happening. So we're going to sit back. We're going to listen to a commercial. And I did send Brother Jamal 2 clips. And I don't know which one he's going to play first, but both of them worked. So we're going to sit back and listen to a commercial, deep breathe. And I know I went on for like 30-something minutes for the first time because I'm all wound up. I'm moving just like my body is moving. I'm talking just like my body's talking. So when I hear that music come in, I know we get into that first commercial.
Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal healthcare prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified anthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forselllife.com. The number 4, the words cell, CELLLIFE.com.
We need love and unity that will make a better community. Oh, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers. Come on, let's help one another. All of my sisters and my brothers. Show love.
You were created to be valued. You weren't created to be used. You were created to be respected. Here are 5 things that you need to apply to your life right now so you can stop being used. Number 1, believe patterns, not apologies. You have to understand this. People can say the right things. People can sometimes do the right things every now and then. But who a person is consistently, that's who that person is. Patterns don't lie. Do they just talk change? Or do they actually make change? Do they just talk respect? Or do they actually respect you? You got to stop falling for I'm sorry. You got to stop falling for I apologize. Literally, I am deaf to what you say until your changed behavior gives me the reason to listen. Straight up. Number 2, don't fall in love with potential. I'm going to be real with you. Who someone could be, who you want them to be, who they should be, does not mean they will ever become that person. You have to understand this about change. It doesn't matter how much you want change for a person. It doesn't matter how much goodness you see in that person. If that person doesn't want to become the person that you hope they will become, it doesn't matter because they're not going to become it. Realize this. You cannot change a person. Yes, you can influence change. You can hope for change. You can pray for change. But until someone wants to change themselves, they're not going to change. Don't fall in love with potential. Don't let who someone could be make you blind to who they truly are. Number 3, believe red flags. Those red flags aren't there for no reason. They're there to show you that something isn't right. Just like if you were driving down the road and you saw a dead end sign, I promise you, you wouldn't keep driving. Just like if you saw a red light, I promise you that you would stop. It's the same thing. When someone's showing you red flags, don't ignore and believe them because it's telling you that danger is ahead. It's telling you that something ain't right, that something ain't real. And the more you ignore red flags, I promise you, the more you put yourself in position to get your heart destroyed. Straight up. Number 4, Know your worth. When it comes to your job, relationships, friendships, I don't care what it is. You got to know your worth. You got to stop letting everything outside of you control everything inside of you. Those external things didn't give you worth. So stop letting those external things take it away. You were given worth at birth. And when you truly understand that, when you truly realize how incredible you are, when you truly realize how much greatness you have inside you, I promise you, you will stop settling for less and you will stop accepting less. Straight up. Number 5, don't lower your standards. Realize this fact. Someone who truly sees the best in you, people that truly see the best in you, whatever environment that you're in that truly sees the best in you, will not convince you to lower your standards so you can meet them at their level. What they'll do is they'll raise their standards to meet you at yours. You were not created, listen to me, you were not created to settle. You were created to be successful. You were not created to accept less. You're created to be your best. So don't let anything in life make you think you have to accept the lesser version of yourself to be incredible, because that makes absolutely no sense. But like I say at the end of every single video, it all starts with you. It's rehab time. Let's get it. Stop being used. Make the world respect your greatness. Straight up.
Straight up, straight up. Stop being used. Stop being used by yourself. Stop being used by your family. Stop being used by your lover. Stop being used by teachers, by doctors, by everybody. Sit back and do what? Know thyself. Love thyself. Make conscious self-health care moves. There's a lot going on that people trying to benefit their own self, their own vibration. And you got to know the difference. You got to know your worth. You got to know what you're worth in relationship, all relationships, personal relationships, work relationships, all relationships, individual people, your friends. People change. People go through things. Somebody once was your friend, a great friend. They may be going through something, know you well, and flip things around on you. You got to always trust those red flags that you see. Stop lowering your standards. Stop stalling yourself. Get into yourself and love yourself. And you ain't got to hurt nobody to love yourself. You ain't got to hurt nobody to be in balance with yourself. Because you straight up and you say the truth of what's going on. I need to do this for me. You may want me to be this way for you, but this is what I need to do for me. It's everybody's responsibility to take care of themselves and do it in a manner that you bring no hurt and no harm. If you listened to my show last week, you heard Reverend Ike talk about hatred and Hurtred and how you can't hold on to those things and let them go. But you cannot put yourself in those positions to allow that to happen to you, because you got to be straight up and honest and on point all the time. Yes, Karen, no cut cars. Karen going to bring it to you straight. Karen going to tell you how you see you and what's going on. My mama said don't lie. Lies hurt people. If truth hurt people, then let the truth hurt them. But baby, don't you be out there telling no lies, and definitely don't bring none home. Because I don't know the difference, and she sure did. I only tried it one time. One time, and I'm like, the hell with that. I ain't lying no more. I ain't got time for lying. So cut all that out. Family, community, in the day and age of what's going on, it's time that we take care of ourselves and we know what we're doing to do that. Nothing binds you except your thoughts. Nothing limits you except your fears. Nothing controls you except your beliefs. Nothing heals you except your own conscience. What is your state of consciousness? What are you in? What is the inner nature of your consciousness? You got to really think about what's going on and what they want you to do. And I'm telling you, it's like giving me to the point where I just want to to scream like that all the time, because they bringing in this crap about psychiatry and trying to tell everybody that you're crazy with your emotions that you have because you understand something. If you share your emotions to the point where you're saying it, some people get excited with it and they want to say, oh, you're just too emotional and we need to turn you over to the psychiatrist. That's what they want to do to these kids out there on that Cure the Street program. They want to say they got mental issues and put some more people on some damn drugs because people are getting smart about the drugs for the body. Now they want to say you need drugs to control your mental thinking. Well, mental capacity is not inside the body, it's outside the body. They don't put probes all on your head to try to find that out. That's your brain you're messing with. You're changing how your brain functions when you do these drugs out here thinking that they're going to help you. Well, I just need to be calm. Let me just take this drug. You need to be calm. Sit back and breathe. Take a walk in the rain. Sit out in the sun. Put your feet in the grass. Go somewhere and be still. Get our kids off of these drugs. mental drugs now. The drugs for the body been tearing our body down. Now they want to tear your mind down by you thinking that a drug is going to help your brain and help you think. It's not. That field of psychiatry and psychology and what's going on, they running scared too. But I noticed one thing, they got more black actors and more black people talking about mental. Somebody getting paid somewhere to get our people over there on these drugs now, talking about that they can help you. That drug can't help you control your emotions. That drug is going to make you worse and tear your body down. Don't put our kids on these drugs. You got to take our kids off of them drugs and show them some love. And if your parents can't do it, then put them in a program where they can get that love. And if you out there and you been on these drugs and you trying to shift, don't let them tell you that you can't get off of them drugs. You can get your body off of them drugs. You can breathe deeply. You can heal yourself and you can love yourself. I'm here to tell you. Free your mind and the truth will shine. Free your mind and the truth will shine. You're not a machine. Even though they dissect the body like you are a machine. You're not a machine. You are a divine being. Celebrate your health and live pharmaceutical free life for the daily care of your human body. Family, community, and friends, wellness is an inside job with an all-knowing mind. And I'm here to help you with quantum health and healing tools. Go to my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com, ConsciousSelf Care. Step up to quantum health and healing. I can work with you anywhere around the world with the Nest Health Wellness Tools. I don't care where you're located at. Buy a simple device that you can use, share with your friends, check your pets out too, pay for that device. Step up to quantum health and healing. See what your frequency and vibrations are really saying. It takes you all the way back down to the physical body to let you know what organs are overflooded, what cells are living in the wet state, and you got to get them in a dry state. That's why you got to understand the power of the lymphatic system, the purification system. Every drug you take breaks down that nervous system, and they don't even know about that enough anyway. I'm trying to tell you there's a way that we can correct things and a way that we can grow. And definitely as a black community, they're trying to tear us down and rip us apart even more. But now it's time to become strong, to support one another, to work with one another. If you in a field and you out here manipulating our black people, stop it. That's not the money that you want to make when you got to hurt somebody and bring harm into their life to tear them down and bring you up. I'm telling you about karma. You better let it go. And you better be true. I'm true. I want you to understand what your body is doing. I want you to understand how you want to heal your body. I want you to understand how you can better support yourself, your family, and your kids. It's time for us to work together in unity and harmony. Health care is a right, not a privilege. It's your right, and you have to know how to take care of yourself. So stop fighting your government over disease care, health care bill. Step up out of the dark ages of disease care. Shift your consciousness. Shift from the old way of understanding about the Western medical system and understand the power that you have. Karen, take a deep, deep breath. Are you taking a deep, deep breath? Because all changes in the outer begins with a change in the inner. And that's how I change my outer, by changing my inner. And so can you. Another level of wellness? You want to reach another level of wellness? Then say, I will no longer be a part of nutritional ignorance of my race or myself. I will not let the standard American sad diet make me a prisoner in my own body. I will not let pharmaceuticals make me a prisoner in my own body. I am the individualized expression of the Creator, and I did not inherit sickness, lack, or limitation. It's only a thought and consciousness. That's all it is. And it's time for us to set back and start the healing process, the loving process, self-love, self-care, self-worth. Not the other selves that bring you down and don't lift you up. You got to stand up for yourself, and you got to be tall. And that's what I'm here for. So don't quit on yourself. Don't get mad with yourself. Shift your energy right now. I don't care what state you've been in and what you're on. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't get off. Or nothing that you've been on and nothing that you've been doing. You can shift your energy at any time and bring that miracle in your life today. So like I say, this show will broadcast tomorrow. And tomorrow, August the 14th, is my daughter, ShanaDora Nasheen Berry. Is her birthday. She would have been 39 years old on tomorrow. She's been with me for a long time. She helped me through this journey with my mother, who went into the hospital on that day 5 years ago. She told me, Mommy, sit back. We got Grandma. There's a lot going on that you don't know, but we got you too, and it's all going to be straightened out. And it has been. It's been a divine journey of self-care, self-love, and self-respect, and not giving my power over to anybody for any reason, for anything. And I'm here to show you how to do it for yourself, family and friends. It's time to get back into that inner wealth, that invisible soul of your soul. You got to thank the powers that be inside of you. Believe you can, believe you can't. Anyway, you are right. But know about the beatitudes of life. And don't get stuck on them lies out there. Become a unit in a community. Get back to being neighbors, whether we're in South Africa, South America, whether we're in London, whether we're in Tanzania. I don't care where we are. Black people trying to love one another, connect. And that's why we have that hashtag, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. No matter what you're doing around the world, it's time to share and it's time for support. It's time for us to use that internet in a way to lift us up and bring us together, to bring about some peace and harmony. And you know what? Create that Black Wall Street again. So thank you for tuning in today, helping me relax my energy some. And we're going to leave out with this small clip from Reverend Ike. You know that. I got to always do that because he's trying to tell you how to become your own person and understanding your own vibration and living in the love and the flow of peace and harmony, the laws of vibrational energy. Thank you, family. Thank yourself. Love yourself. Keep breathing through the week.
All right. I want to tell you how to use your mind power to get what you want now. I mean, right here in Atlanta, right here in Georgia, right there, wherever you are looking and listening. First of all, you have to use your mind power to believe in yourself. The religious people would say to me, oh, yes, Reverend Ike, you're telling people about believing in themselves, but what about believing in God? Well, who do you think God is? God has no personality except in man and as man. And God is not a big man in the sky. God is the real man in me. Let each person say this because this is the truth of everyone. God is not a big man in the sky. God is the real man in me. We have another way of saying it, and I want to give you this prayer of affirmation to take with you so that you can have what you want now. God is the presence and power within me right now. Together, God is the presence and power within me right now. Another way that we can state it in this philosophy of the science of living is this. God is the mastermind working through me now. God is the mastermind working through me now. Come on, together. God is the mastermind working through me now. Oh, you're getting turned on. Now, people say, well, Reverend Ike, what about believing in God? Please hear this. Your faith is no good until you learn to have faith in yourself. How in the world can you believe in somebody in the sky and you don't even believe in the somebody in you? How in the world can you believe in a Jesus that walked in Galilee and not believe in the God that walks in you? Oh, I think we're getting through. Somebody say, wow. Say it again. I don't care how much faith you may have in a God in the sky. Until you learn to have faith in the God in you, your faith is dead. It's no good to you. God in the sky is no good to you. Only God in you is of any value to you. The most important thing in the world is what you believe about yourself. That's the most important thing. Your entire experience is fabricated out of what you believe about yourself. And mind you, I always have to point this out. It is not important what other people believe about you. It's only important what you believe about yourself. And you see, you have to be the kind of person that you can believe in. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be truthful with yourself. You have to be decent within yourself. And then you can believe in yourself. I want to say something that may be a little rough for a clergyman to say again on international television. Once you learn to believe in yourself correctly, you are no longer worried about what other people are thinking, are saying about you. Hear this. Until you learn to believe in yourself, regardless of what other people say or think, you're not going to get very far. As a matter of fact, you have got to come to that point in your experience where you know that your nose is clean, your business is straight, and you don't give a damn about what other people think about you. Excuse me, saints. Now, someone may be asking, well, Reverend Ike, how do I believe in myself? How do I go about it? Well, first of all, you have to believe that God is within you. Especially you religious people, hear this if you don't hear anything else. God does not work for you from up in the sky. God works for you from within your very own mind. And I want you to make a personal affirmation out of that. God works for me from within my very own mind. Come on, say that to yourself. God works for me from within my very own mind. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know, I used to get down on my knees and pray all those nice little Sunday school prayers for years, trying to get a God in the sky to do something for me. And I didn't get very much until I learned that God wasn't working for me from up in the sky, but God is working for me from within my very own mind. And the verse of Scripture brings this out. Be you transformed how? By the renewing of your mind. You see, the thing about people is they don't want to change their thinking. They don't want to change their minds. People want to change everything but themselves. People know exactly what everybody else ought to do, but they don't know what the hell they ought to do. But you see, when you get into your own mind and you get a hold on yourself, then God, the mastermind in you, will lead you and guide you and tell you what to do. You know, people even know how to even know what God ought to do. People try to tell God what to do. Well, God changed this person, changed that person. God changed this, that, and the other. But they don't want to change their negative thinking. But you must be transformed, as the Bible says, how? By the renewing of your mind. Hear this, please. Everywhere the Bible says believe, it means believe in yourself. It means believe in the presence of God in you. It means believe in the power of God in you. When the Bible says believe in the Son of God, that's you. It means believe in yourself. You must also use your mind power to believe that you can be and do and have the good which you desire. The first step to achieving your desire is to believe that you can. So let me hear every one of you raise your hands and shout, I can. I can. Once again, I can. All right, you're on the way. In the next few minutes, you'll be really turned on. And when I come back to Atlanta, you'll have some fantastic testimonies. Now, this is for religious people. You who are not religious, this may not be your hang-up. And with all due respect, let me say this. The people I have found in this world who have the worst hang-ups are the religious people. It is my experience that most of the time now, when I try to help people in this business of mind power, I have to first of all help them get rid of some of their religious hang-ups. And I found out also many times the more religious people are, the more hung up they are. So now here's one of the hang-ups that some religious people have that you must throw away. You see, you must believe that you deserve the good which you desire. But you know, in the old religion, they would teach us to pray and say, Lord, I'm not worthy. I got you. Lord, I don't deserve your goodness. Now let's all confess. How many of you have ever prayed like that? Let me put my hand up and confess. I have. As a matter of fact, I know some prayer books that are just full of all kind of prayers that tell God how bad we are. Well, Lord, I'm not worthy of a thing. As a matter of fact, in the Bible, there was one man who prayed and said, Lord, I'm not worthy of the least of your mercies. Let me cut you loose from that hang up right now. Whenever you pray and say, Lord, I'd like to have such and such a thing, and right behind it you say, Lord, I'm not worthy, you might as well forget it. You're not going to get it. And here again, you know, there's one of those old hymns that they taught us to sing also. We would stand up and sing and say and call ourselves such a worm as I. Honey, that's dangerous. If you think of yourself as a worm, you're going to get the treatment that a worm gets. What happens to a worm? A worm gets what? Stepped on. Now you know why you're always getting stepped on. Believe that you're worthy. So let me give you this affirmation to shout with me as we go into the closing moments of this service. Shout with me, I am worthy of all of God's goodness. Come on together. I am worthy of all of God's goodness. I don't know why they taught me to pray that anyway. I think I deserve all of God's goodness. What do you mean I don't deserve it? You always get what you believe you deserve. If you don't believe you deserve anything, you're not going to get anything. Now listen, and this will help some of you young people and all of you. In Hollywood the other day, I spoke to a young man who's been trying to get ahead in his career. And he said, Reverend, I just have not been able to get ahead in my career like I would like to. He said, and Reverend, I'm looking for someone to believe in me. And I've replied to him in a sermon in these words. You have to first of all believe in yourself, and others will believe in you. You have no right to ask someone else to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Come on and say, wow. When you believe in yourself correctly and positively, then you can do what you want to do.
Wake up. Yeah.
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show right here on Inner Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self-Health Care Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.